The Board of Trustees of the Cypress-Fairbanks Independent School District is now convened in a regular meeting on Monday, May 15th, 2017, in the arena of the Richard E. Berry Educational Support Center, 8877 Barker Cypress, Texas, at 6 p.m. I want to welcome the members of our audience and our television viewers to this meeting of the Board of Trustees. As the Cypress-Fairbanks Board of Trustees, we are here to set goals, listen to reports from the superintendent, approve budgets, contracts, personnel appointments, and make policy for the district. It is not the role of the board to make day-to-day operational decisions. The management and day-to-day operations of the district are the responsibility of the superintendent. We have policies and procedures in place to resolve any concerns and issues. This is a public meeting of the Board of Trustees, not a meeting of the public. Prior to this meeting, board members received information related to items on tonight's agenda. Agenda items will not necessarily be handled in the order listed on the notice. The meeting is open to all who wish to attend and hear the matters discussed. During the course of this meeting, the board may determine that a closed session is necessary. In that event, the board will meet in closed session to consider matters duly posted for this meeting as permitted by sections 551.071 through 551.084 of the Texas Government Code. These proceedings are airing live on CFTV Channel 16 and CFTV online on the district website. They will also be rebroadcast throughout the month on Channel 16 and available as video on demand on the website. For the tape to adequately reflect the proceedings, I respectfully ask that you please refrain from talking while others are speaking and that your cell phones are turned off or in the silent mode. Thank you for taking the time to join us this evening and for your interest in the Cypress-Fairbanks Independent School District. I'd like to recognize any community leadership committee members that are in attendance. You're going to have to stand for me, though, if you are here, because I can't see out into the audience. So if you are a member of the CLC, would you stand? Does anyone see someone I need to introduce? All right. How about Boy Scouts? Lots of times we have young men and women from our scouting organizations that come to visit. If you're a Boy Scout, will you stand? All right. Wow. We appreciate you coming. Lots of students are earning those badges when they come to our meetings. We also have a very special group with us. All right, I've just been told that Julie Heinemann's here from CLC. Would you wave your hands, Julie? Thank you, Julie. Julie's been particularly busy at the legislative session. Thank you for everything you're doing to help our representatives and senators know about the issues that are important to Cypress-Fairbanks ISD, Julie. We appreciate it very much. We have a very important group of students over on my left-hand side. In the second group, there are Ready, Set, Teach students, and it's a field-based internship program for juniors and seniors that are considering and exploring a career in the field of education. These students, and I really should call them interns, these interns prepare lessons and get hands-on experience in the classroom. They're given an opportunity to work in a variety of settings, including special education and bilingual classes, and various subject matters and grade levels. Once they complete their internship, they receive a letter of intent from our Human Resource Department encouraging them to complete their bachelor's degree and interview to teach in Cy-Fair. This year, 494 students are participating from Cy Creek, Cy-Fair, Cy Falls, Cy Ranch, Cy Springs, Cy Woods, Langham Creek, and Jersey Village. And a good number of them are here tonight. Will y'all stand so that we can recognize you? Thank you very much. Dr. Stewart, you see all those wonderful students that could possibly come teach for us in just 4 short years. Thank you. Now, there are also some teachers with them: Christina Bramwell, Debbie Chambers, Becky Ponder, and Sue Shahanik. Would you all stand so we can recognize you? And finally, Abby Parsons, who organized this event tonight and who happens to be the daughter of retired Principal Marvin Webster and retired teacher, but still subbing for us, Kathy Webster. Would you guys stand so that we can recognize you? Thank you very much for coming. It's very interesting for us to see all the different classes that are offered and how much our students get to see about careers that they can pursue in the future. All right, that will bring us to our Pledge of Allegiance and moment of silence. So in a minute, we will stand and have a moment of silence, and after that, we will have the presentation of colors and the Pledge of Allegiance. And let me introduce who is going to do that tonight, our presentation of colors. It is National Peace Officer Day, and we are honored to have the Cypress-Fairbanks Police Department Honor Guard presenting the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance tonight. They are Sergeant Tommy Cullums, Sergeant Travis Hanson, Officer Marvin Harris, and Sergeant Shane Wallace. The police department is led by Chief Alan Bragg. So as I mentioned, let's stand for a moment of silence, and then we'll have our presentation. Thank you. And now the presentation of colors. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Thank you to the Police Department. Board Member Tom Jackson will read the district's vision and mission statement for the benefit of the audience. Mr. Jackson.
Our vision statement: learn, empower, achieve, and dream. Lead. Our mission statement: maximize every student's potential through rigorous and relevant learning experiences, preparing students to be 21st century global leaders.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. We're going to move on to our special recognitions, acknowledgments, and announcements. And Mr. Jackson is going to help with this first group, and then each of the other board members will come down and help with some of the other groups. 1A, the board will recognize the annual top volume buyer from the 2017 CFISD Livestock Show and Sale. The Girard family has earned this honor several years in a row now, and unfortunately they couldn't be with us tonight, and we will recognize them at a future meeting. But I think for someone that has contributed so much to Cypress-Fairbanks, we can just make sure that we announce their name at this meeting as well. So let's give a round of applause to the Girard family. B, the board will recognize students from Cypress Woods High School who placed first in the state UIL computer science competition. Denise Kabeka is going to present for us. Thank you, Denise.
Thank you. Ms. Mangoya, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Henry, it is a pleasure to present to you students who have distinguished themselves in the area of computer science at the state level. Students from Cypress Woods High School took home first place individual and team awards at the UIL 2007 Class 6A Academic State Meet held April 21st and 22nd at the University of Texas. The members of the state champion computer science team are Nathan Huckleberry, Walter Hahn, Maggie Chen, and Stephen Chen. Walter Hahn also won the state title in the individual computer science competition. Please join me in congratulating these champions. At this time, I'd also like to recognize those who supported these students, their coach, Stacy Armstrong, and any family and friends they have here this evening. Would you please stand? Thank you.
Thank you. I neglected, students stay there for just a second. I neglected to tell the parents that if you would like to come down and take pictures, you can. So if there's parents of any of these students that want to jump down real quick and take a picture, we would be happy for you to do that. And for all the groups that follow, please do feel free to come down and take pictures. So I see a couple of moms coming down and dads, so let's just give it a minute for that to happen. I'm sorry I didn't announce that for the first group. Don't run, it's fine. Thank you very much. Let's give them one more round of applause. And you can return to your seats, students. Thank you so much. 1C, the board will recognize CFISD students for earning first place for the 2017 Celebrate Texas Public Schools Video Contest and students for earning first place for the Best Community Involvement PSA Award at the National Great American No Bull Challenge. The presenter for that is Nicole Ray.
Thank you. Good evening, President Mangoya, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Henry. On behalf of Dave DeJean, Director of Digital Cinema, I'm proud to honor two of our audiovisual programs for their outstanding accomplishments in both state and national competitions. In the 2017 Celebrate Texas Public Schools competition, students Asbel Martinez and Isabel Cruz won first place in the state competition sponsored by the Randolph Brooks Federal Credit Union. Under the leadership of Jersey Village High School Principal Ralph Funk and JVTV teacher Cindy Stoker, this is the third year in a row that JVTV has taken first place in the state competition. And would the family, friends, and administrators of these students please stand and be recognized? Congratulations. Next up, we have our audio video production students from Cypress Lakes High School who entered their first National Service Announcement Competition and took first place for the Best Community Involvement PSA at the National Great American No Bull Challenge. Students Joanna Harris, Nike Johnson, Deja Compton, Jesse Rodriguez, Jacob Brown, Batul Jahar, Bo Tran, Kayla Vargas, and Ure De Leon. Under the leadership of Principals Sarah Hardy and AV production teacher Adriel Ortiz, you've made us extremely proud of your success at the national level. Congratulations to you students. Would the parents, families, and friends and administrators of these students please stand and be recognized? Congratulations.
Item D, the board will recognize students from CFISD who placed first and second in state at the 2017 Future Business Leaders of America. And our presenter is Lisa Hernandez.
Good evening, Ms. Bengoya, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Henry. It is a pleasure to present to you this evening the business education students who have distinguished themselves by placing in one of the top 2 positions in their respective categories at the 2017 State Future Business Leaders of America Leadership Conference. Students from Cypress Creek and Cypress Woods FBLA chapters competed in its state competition in San Antonio, March 23rd through the 25th. The FBLA is a national career and technical student organization whose mission is to bring business and education together in a positive working relationship through innovative leadership and career development programs. It is my honor to recognize the following students who have placed either first or second. Will the honorees please come forward as I call your name? From Cypress Creek High School, Advisor Cheryl Oswalt. Dorian Dominguez placed first in digital video production. Austin Dominguez, first place in Microsoft Word. And at this time, I would ask their principals, advisors, and family members please stand to recognize these students. From Cypress Woods High School, Advisor Lori Andrade, Ayush Animal Gupta, and Angela Zong, second place in web design. And Katie Wang, first place in financial math. Would their principal, advisor, and family members please stand to be recognized? Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hernandez. E, the board will recognize Cypress Ridge High School cadet Paul Barron for earning the Texas Society of the Sons of the American Revolution Enhanced Junior ROTC Award at the state conference. Ms. Hogue.
Ms. Bengoya, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Henry, we're delighted to present to you this evening from the Cypress Ridge High School Air Force JROTC a cadet who was recognized as the outstanding JROTC cadet for the state of Texas by the Texas Society of the Sons of the American Revolution. I would ask Cadet Paul Barron from Cypress Ridge High School to please come forward. His instructors are Lieutenant Colonel Porfirio Munoz and Senior Master Sergeant James Core. Cadet Paul Barron earned the Texas Society of the Sons of the American Revolution Enhanced Junior ROTC Award at the State Society Conference in San Antonio on April 1st, 2017. The organization's intent is to foster the principle of the citizen soldier as exemplified by the Minutemen of Revolutionary War Days. This award is presented to JROTC cadets selected for having a high degree of merit with respect to leadership qualities, military bearing, and general excellence. Cadet Barron will receive a $150 cash scholarship from the Robert Rankin chapter and a $2,500 tuition scholarship from Texas SSAR. We're very proud of Cadet Barron as he represents the very best of JROTC. Would the instructors, parents, and administrators from Cypress Ridge High School please stand and join me in congratulating him. We thank the board and Dr. Henry for honoring him.
E, the board will recognize Cypress Ridge the board will recognize students from Langham Creek High School for earning first place at the FCCLA state competition. Ms. Hogue, you're up again.
Thank you. I would ask the honorees to please come forward when their names are called. From Langham Creek High School, the teacher is Jamie Ramsey. Earning first or second place are Iran Gonzalez, Priscilla Valdez Trevino, and Aaron Harrell. Would the teacher, parents, and administrators from Langham Creek High School please stand and be recognized? We congratulate these exceptional students, and we thank the board and Dr. Henry for honoring our talented FCCLA students.
All right. G, the board will recognize students who placed Best in Show, first and second place in the Skills USA Texas 2017 State Conference Cosmetology Competition. Again, Ms. Hogue.
Thank you, Ms. Mingoya, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Henry. We're delighted to present the students who have distinguished themselves at the Skills USA Texas State Conference Cosmetology Competition in Corpus Christi on April 1 and 2. Skills USA is focused on educational programs, events, and competitions that support career and technical education students in the nation's classrooms. I would ask the honorees to please come forward when their names are called. From Cypress Springs High School, the teachers are Karen Williams and Angie Prats. Earning Best of Show, first or second place are Sierra Perez, Erica Nieto, Crystal Serrano, Chelsea Guerra, Kaylee Alvarez, Victoria Galvan, Brittany Gomez, Araceli Oviedo, Eileen Fuentes, Vanessa Rodriguez, Jael Bata, Kelly White, Aija Colvan, Kamari Trainer, Jada Williams, Lauren Lucky, Madison Banks, Rosie Martinez, Katie Gracias, Darlene Harrison, Niley Mendez, Jasmine Brantley, Haley Bowman, and Shonay Morgan. Would the parents, teachers, and administrators from Cy Springs please stand and be recognized? Thank you. From Cypress Lakes High School, the teachers Danica Reyes-Smoot. Earning first or second place are Ashanti Ruiz, Brianna Malcolm, Kira Evans. The students can come forward. They were here. Deanna Aranda, Claudia Chacon, Rachel Raboza. Would the teachers, parents, and administrators from Cy Lakes High School please be recognized by standing? And Cy Ridge High School was not able to be here tonight. I think a lot of the students are working, but we congratulate all of these exceptional students, and we thank the board and Dr. Henry for honoring our talented cosmetology students this evening.
Thank you. And we have another additional agenda item for you, Ms. Hogue. The board will recognize students who placed first and second in the Texas Association of Future Teachers, TAFE, competition. Ms. Hogue?
Thank you. I would ask the honorees to please come forward when their names are called. From Cyfair High School, the teacher Sue Silhonic, earning first or second place, or Caitlin Herrera, Joy Houston, Natalie Sarbeck, Cheyenne Green, Madeline Stevens, Leslie Velasquez, Seth Sutherland. Would the teacher, parents, and administrators from Cyfair High School please stand and be recognized? Thank you, students. From Cypress Ranch High School, the teacher's Abby Parsons. The students earning first or second place are Jillian Jaquette, Alyssa Clark, Lana Daneb, Eve Estes Laflamme, Jillian Holderfield, Milan Melton, Shaylin Nicholson, Brittany Robison, Taylor Seibel. Would the teacher, parents, and administrators from Cy Ranch please stand and be recognized? Thank you, students. We have one more group from Cypress Creek High School, the teacher's Christina Bramwell. Would the students placing first or second please come forward? Jules Desport, Mariana Garcia Mendoza, Elizabeth Herron, Caitlin Hilburn, Emma Miller, Brooke Shanklin. Would the teacher, parents, and administrators from Cy Creek High School please stand and be recognized? And again, we congratulate these exceptional students, and we thank the board and Dr. Henry for honoring our talented education and training students this evening.
Thank you, Ms. Hogue. We are ready for item number I. The board will recognize Cypress Woods High School students for earning first place for best speaking in the Lincoln Douglas debate at the 2017 Texas Forensic Association State Championship. Our presenter is Stacy McGee.
Ms. Mangoya, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Henry, it is a pleasure to present to you a Cypress Woods High School student who distinguished himself at the 2017 Texas Forensic Association State Championship for Speech and Debate. Senior Lucas Clark was named the top speaker in the state of Texas for Lincoln Douglas debate. This first place finish earned him a $500 college scholarship. More than 220 Texas private and public schools of all sizes, from 1A to 6A, were represented at this prestigious tournament held in Dallas in March. Because of the rigorous qualification process to even attend this event, the TFA state competition is considered one of the most challenging in the nation. Lucas was assigned to research and discuss a topic related to governmental housing initiatives. He advanced his arguments on this subject against a field of skilled opponents as judges awarded him points for his presentation across multiple rounds of competition. In the end, he emerged with the highest point total of all speakers in Texas to become the state champion. When commenting on his victory, Lucas said that he struggled with debate when he first started, but his participation has helped him learn that if you persevere, anything is possible. Lucas, we want you to know that CFISD is proud of your perseverance and how you have represented our district. He is taught by Cywood's debate coach, John Aguilard. Will, I'd like to thank Mr. Aguilard, any family members, the Cywood's principal, and any staff here tonight, and ask them to please stand and help me recognize this impressive accomplishment. Thank you, Lucas.
Jay, the board will recognize students for accomplishments in journalism in both national and state contests. Again, Ms. McGee.
Ms. Mongoya, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Henry, it is also my pleasure to present to you journalism students from 5 of our CFISD high schools who have distinguished themselves in national and state contests both for yearbook and newspaper. At the national level, we will recognize achievements in Quill and Scroll and honor society with membership in all 50 states and 44 foreign countries. Quill and Scroll awards significant accomplishments internationally in student media. At the state level, our journalism students have placed in 4 contests: the UIL 6A Academic State Meet, held in Austin at the University of Texas, the Interscholastic League Press Conference, or ILPC, the Texas Association of Journalism Educators, or TAJE, and the Presswomen of Texas. In these contests, students' work in yearbook and newspaper, both print and online, is evaluated by industry experts in a variety of categories. Students are then awarded for articles they have written, photos they have taken, and layouts they have designed. Journalism students, as I announce your name, please come forward and remain up front until all students from your school have been called to join you. Our first group is from Cy-Fair High School. All are being recognized for newspaper. I'd like to start with Alex White, who received 3 second-place awards: ILPC News Page Spread Design, Presswomen Single Page Layout, and Opinion Writing. The remaining awards are all from the Presswomen contest. Jacob Grimolates, 2 second-place awards for Sports Story and Opinion Writing. And also second place in opinion writing, we have Maddie Christian. Additionally, the Cy-Fair newspaper, The Reporter, received a Distinguished Merit Award from the ILPC. These students are taught by advisor Craig Malinsky. I'd like to thank Mr. Malinsky, family members, the Cy-Fair principal, and any staff here tonight for supporting these students, and ask them to stand to help me recognize these accomplishments. Thank you, Cy-Fair. Our next group is from Cy Creek. All have won awards from either the Texas Association of Journalism Educators or Interscholastic League Press Conference. We'll start with Abby Ackard, who received 2 awards from ILPC, first place editorial writing in newspaper, and second place sports action photo for yearbook. Also for yearbook, earning TAJE awards, Hannah Felsky, Superior for sports action photo, and Grace Grantham, Excellence for Organizations photo. The Cy Creek journalism publications received a national recognition from the Columbia Scholastic Press Association, winning a gold medal for their yearbook, Cougar Pride, and a silver medal for their hybrid print and online news program, Cougar Connection. They also received several awards from ILPC overall for their publications, including Distinguished Merit for their yearbook, Achievement for their online newspaper, and Honor for their print newspaper. These students are taught by advisor Samantha Berry. I'd like to thank Ms. Berry, their family members, the Cy Creek principal, and any staff here tonight for supporting these students, and ask them to please stand to help us recognize them. Thank you, Cy Creek. Next, we have Cy Lakes High School. For her work on the yearbook, I'd like to call up Cameron Jones. Cameron received an Excellence Award from the Texas Association of Journalism Educators for her student life spread design. Additionally, the Cy Lakes Yearbook Legacy received an Achievement Award from the Interscholastic League Press Conference. The Cy Lakes Journalism Advisor is Sarah Gonzalez. I would like to thank Ms. Gonzalez, family members, the Cy Lakes principal, and his staff for supporting Cameron and the Lakes Journalism Program, and ask them to stand so we can recognize Cameron's achievement. Thank you, Cameron. Our next group is from Cy Woods High School. For newspaper, we have Jordan Miller. Jordan won 4 awards this year, and among her impressive accomplishments includes placing second for feature writing at the UIL 6A Academic State Meet in Austin. She also received 3 Excellence Awards from TAJE for nameplate folios and standing headlines and magazine covers. Next is Kyle Ronsleben, who also won 4 awards from TAJE Superior Double Truck Design, Excellence Feature Page Design, and Excellence Online Newspaper Feature, and ILPC second place News Page Spread Design. For yearbook, we have George Holbrook, who received second place for Presswoman Photo. Additionally, the Cywood's yearbook, The Crimson, received the Distinguished Merit Award from ILPC. These students are taught by advisor Abby Picey. I'd like to thank Ms. Picey, family members, the Cywood principal, and staff for being here tonight and supporting these students. Will you please stand and help me recognize their accomplishments? Thank you, Cywoods. Our final group is from Jersey Village High School. For newspaper or online newspaper, we have Cade Shadell. Cade received 2 awards, one from Quill and Scroll, the prestigious Gold Key for feature writing in their International Writing and Photo Contest. Also, second place from Presswomen for single-page layout. Next, we have a team of JV students who together received first place from ILPC for Photo Story. They include Kevin Vo, Samantha Mora, and Emmeline Thomas. Emmeline received 4 additional awards, TAG Excellence In-Depth Package, and Presswomen's second place for both single-page and double-truck layout, and second place for feature story. Next, we have Nayali Govaya, who got a first place award from ILPC for General News Photograph. Pamela Jimenez, ILPC, second place editorial writing. Jose Sosa, ILPC, second place entertainment photograph. Also in newspaper, we have Lynn Vu, who partnered with Emmeline for the awards that I mentioned. She also received TAG Excellence for In-Depth Package and Presswomen second place for both single-page and double-truck layout, and she was on that team of students who placed first for ILPC Photo Story. For the JV yearbook, we have Damaris De Leon. Damaris has had a highly decorated year. She has had 7 awards across almost every contest we've mentioned this evening, including a National Gold Key for Personality Profile in Quill and Scroll's prestigious Yearbook Excellence Contest, from ILPC's second place club and organization photo, TAJE Excellence Organization Copy, and she received 4 awards from Presswomen for her layouts and photography. The remaining awards are from the Presswomen contest. They include Leslie Ventura, second place photo, Odalis Delgado, second place copywriting, and Yesenia Cuellar, second place yearbook spread. The Jersey Village Yearbook, The Falcon, received the Distinguished Merit Award, and the campus newspaper, The Peregrine, received an Achievement Award from ILPC. These students are taught by advisor Margie Comstock. I would like to thank Ms. Comstock, their family members, the Jersey Village principal, and any staff here tonight for supporting these students, and ask you to please stand to help me recognize their outstanding year. Thank you, Jersey Village. I'd like to conclude by congratulating all our outstanding journalism students and their teachers. The work you do is vital to our campus culture as you tell the stories of your school and publish the memories that your peers will take with them into adulthood. Thank you to the school board for recognizing these students.
Thank you, Ms. McGee. Item number K, the board will recognize 42 students who were selected and participated in Texas Music Educators Association All-State Band, Choir, and Orchestra. Our presenter is Mr. John Morrison.
President Mongoya, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Henry, tonight we are honoring 42 outstanding music students who earned recognition from the Texas Music Educators Association this year by earning seats in the All-State Band, Choirs, and Orchestras. This is the highest individual honor a high school music student can achieve in Texas. The All-State audition process began last fall when 68,000 music students across Texas competed in head-to-head individual competition. The students advanced from district to region to area and finally to the all-state level. Less than 1% of all music students in Texas achieve the status of being named to one of the TMEA all-state organizations. Tonight we honor the following all-state students who are in attendance. Students, please come forward when your name is called, and audience members, please hold your applause until all students from each campus have been called. From Cy-Fair High School, Mahesh Govindu, All-State Band. Samantha Haydell, All-State Choir. Lewin Larson, All-State Band. I'd like to ask the families, teachers, and administrators of these Cy-Fair students to please stand and help me join in congratulating these outstanding musicians and their families, teachers, and administrators. Thank you. Now, students from Cypress Creek High School include Andres Bryan, All-State Band, Tomas Bryan, All-State Band, and Cameron Thatcher, All-State Band. Families, teachers, and administrators of these Cypress Creek students, please stand and please join me, audience, in congratulating these outstanding musicians and their families, teachers, and administrators. And now our students from Cypress Falls High School will include Giselle Bautista, All-State Choir, Zachary Falla, All-State Band, John Kenny, All-State Choir. Would the families, teachers, and administrators of these Cypress Falls students please stand at this time? And audience, please join me in congratulating these outstanding musicians. Thank you. Now, students from Cypress Ranch High School are to include Jacob Barnes, All-State Choir, Victoria Furlan, All-State Choir, Paras Gupta, All-State Band, Alicia Piper, All-State Band, Reed Sellers, All-State Choir, and Ryan Stringfellow, All-State Choir. Would the families, teachers, and administrators of these Cypress Ranch students please stand and join me in congratulating these outstanding student musicians. Thank you. Students now from Cypress Ridge High School are to include Minjung Kim, All-State Orchestra, and Stephen Long, All-State Band. And would the families, teachers, and administrators of the Cypress Ridge High School students please stand and please join me in congratulating these outstanding musicians and their families, teachers, and administrators. Thank you. Students from Cypress Woods High School being honored tonight include Susie Abbott, All-State Choir, Lauren Crandon, All-State Choir, and Benny Jensen, All-State Choir. Would the families, teachers, and administrators of these Cypress Woods students please stand and help me all congratulate these outstanding student musicians on their accomplishments. Thank you. And now students from Langham Creek High School to include Andrew Clyburn, All-State Band, Michaela Maldonado, All-State Choir, Dean Silligan, All-State Choir, and Sarah Walters, All-State Band. Would the families, teachers, and administrators of these Langham Creek students please stand so that we can recognize these outstanding musicians. Thank you. Students, congratulations once again on your accomplishments.
Thank you, Mr. Morrison. L, the board will recognize CFISD students for earning first or second place in the Hospitality Educators Association of Texas State Competition. Our presenter is Mark Williams.
Good evening. Ms. Mangoya, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Henry. It is a pleasure to present to you this evening culinary students who have distinguished themselves by placing in one of the top 2 positions in their respective categories at the Hospitality Education Association of Texas competition that was held on March 23rd, 2017. If Ms. Evelyn Salgado from Cy Woods High School will come up, please. Thank you. At this time, I ask that their principal, advisor, and family members to stand to be recognized. Congratulations.
Item number M, also Mr. Williams. The board will recognize CFISD students for earning first or second place in the Skills USA State Competition Culinary.
Good evening again. Ms. Mangoya, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Henry. It is a pleasure to present to you this evening culinary students who have distinguished themselves by placing in one of the top 2 positions in their respective culinary category at the Skills USA Texas Leadership and Skills Competition that was held in Corpus Christi in Texas, April 6 to 8, 2017. Will the honorees come forward as I call your name? From Cy Springs High School, Samantha Cordova. Congratulations. Okay. From Cy Falls High School, Jalissa Flores and Dina Canales. And their instructor was Leslie Bertrand. Congratulations, ladies. At this time, I ask that the principals, advisors, and family members to stand to be recognized.
And Mr. Williams is staying for, and the board will recognize CFISD industrial technology students for earning first or second place in the State Technology Student Association's TSA contest.
Ms. Mangoya, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Henry, it is still a pleasure to present to you this evening industrial technology education students who have distinguished themselves by placing in one of the top 2 positions in their respective categories at the State Technology Student Association competition held in Waco, Texas, April 6 to 8, 2017. Students from across the state were represented at the competition. Middle and high school student members competed in more than 60 competitive events based on principles and concepts learned through projects during the school year in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics subjects. I am extremely proud to say as a district we had over 150 first and second place winners. They are not all here tonight, but we did have 150 people. It is my honor to recognize the following students from Cypress Creek High School who have placed either first or second place. The Cypress Creek High School instructors Michael Daniels and Tracy Blackman. Will the honorees come forward as I call your name? Jorge Salinas. Aurora Ruiz, apologies. Stephen Akuro Coco. Ethan Gibbs. David Verone, Jacob Casas, Isaac Agueta, and Logan Garrett. At this time, I ask that their principal, advisor, and family members to stand to be recognized. Congratulations, everyone. Thank you. It is my honor to recognize the following students from Cy Ranch High School who have placed either first or second place. Cy Ridge High School instructor was Mrs. Christy Grove. Will the honorees come forward as I call your name? Brolando Broadhead. And Jeremiah West. At this time, I ask that their principal, advisor, and family members to stand to be recognized. Congratulations. Thank you. It is my honor to recognize the following students from Cypress Woods High School who have placed either first or second place. Cy Woods High School instructors are Mr. Michael Bennett, Mr. Steve Britt, and Mr. Michael Humphreys. Will the honorees come forward as I call your name? Bernard Jordan. I'm sorry, Jordan Bernard. Sorry. Fabian Corrales. Dominic Deschadu. Louisiana Quentis. Ryan Johnson. Peyton Langford. William Miller. Dylan Nathafadang Dangzi, I do apologize so much. It's McHenry Nielsen, Cody Osterson, Austin Taylor, Owen Thieck, Lauren Beach, and James Sage. We have one more. And Andrew Lee. At this time, I ask that their principal, advisor, and family members to stand to be recognized. This is the fourth consecutive year that Sidewoods High School TSA group has won the state championship. Congratulations. Oh, one more. Okay, my apologies, we have two more people. Naomi Davis from Sidewoods High School and Samantha Johnson. Congratulations. Okay. It is my honor to recognize the following students from Langham Creek High School who have placed either first or second place. The Langham Creek instructors are Mrs. Jennifer O'Brien, Mr. Glenn Tice, and Mr. Dwayne Whittingham. Will the honorees come forward as I call your name? Rishi Kamalapati, Hunter Daniels, Tristan Weston, Ezekiel Velasquez, Marco Berrios, Anthony Tron, Carlos Silver, and Sam Whittingham. At this time, I ask that their principal, advisor, and family members to stand to be recognized. Congratulations. It is my honor to recognize the following students from Hamilton Middle School who have placed either first or second place. The Hamilton Middle School instructors are Mr. Vincent Carter and Mrs. Sohelia Soleimani. Will the honorees come forward as I call your name? Jacob Forbes, Parker Waddell, Anya Patel, Sophia Mattia, Haley Kopp, Wheatley Bryden, Thorben Wishman, Christopher Talbot, Menkesh Vinod, Khalees Quinn, Braden Kramer, Corbin Craig, Tyler Veneros, Weston Coleman, and Colin Kolb. At this time, I ask that their principal, advisor, and family members to stand to be recognized. Thank you. Thank you. It is my honor to recognize the following students from Splain Middle School who have either placed first or second place at state. The Splain Middle School instructor is Mr. Tommy Manuel. Will the honorees come forward as I call your name? Alex Pereira, Charlie Ferris, Jacob Shiflett, Max Mulata, Elliot Chan, Joseph Wade, Aiden Wright, Caleb Sells, and Jacob Whitley, and Gabriel Busy. At this time, I ask that their principal, advisor, and family members to stand to be recognized. I thank the board for honoring our students tonight. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. The board will recognize theater art students who received a first or second place ranking at the Texas Thespian Festival. Timothy Estelle.
Good evening, Mrs. Mingoya, Board of Trustees, and Dr. Henry. It is my pleasure to present to you this evening our outstanding students who have distinguished themselves in the area of theater arts. Tonight, we recognize students from our district's high schools who received a first or second place ranking at the Texas Thespian Festival, which has qualified them to compete at the National Thespian Festival on June 20th through the 25th at the University of Nebraska in Lincoln. The Educational Theater Association is a nonprofit organization with approximately 90,000 student and professional members. EDTA's mission is shaping lives through theater education by honoring student achievement in theater and enriching their lives in theater education experience. Honorees, as I call your name, please come forward and remain until all members of your troupe have been recognized. I would ask that those in attendance please hold your applause until all members of the campus team have been recognized. First, we honor the students from Cyfair High School. Bree Biza, Jonah Garrett, Lauren Hill, Kelly Kiefer, Katie Lawless, Zach Mendizabal, Connor Navarrete, Emily Piazza, and Aaron Picarillo. These students are under the direction of Matt Buchanan and Eric Oneacre. If you are a parent, family member, administrator, or teacher of one of these students, please stand and join me in congratulating Cyfair High School. Next, from Cypress Creek High School, Zuimar Bolivar, Joseph Concha, Brendan Corbett, Allison McLean, and Cortland Perisher. These students are under the direction of Amy Small, Michelle Smith, and Ashley Waite. If you are a parent, family member, teacher, or administrator of one of these students, I would ask you to please stand and join me in congratulating the students of Cypress Creek High School. Next, from Cypress Lakes High School, we recognize Jacqueline Leon. Jacqueline is under the direction of Adam Domingue, Brandy Bonin, and Henry Collins IV. If you are a parent, family member, teacher, or administrator of Jacqueline's, I would invite you to stand and ask you to join me in congratulating her as she walks off. Thank you, Jackie. Next, from Cypress Ranch High School, Mario Amaro, Nick Buzek, Lizzie Carrillo, Jacqueline Caspi, Nick Cook, Ryan Cowie, Kit Davis, Emily Derrigan, Grant Dayo, Jess Forrestal, Max Foster, Alea Fougere, Kelsey Gilanza, Jaslyn Gonzalez, Nicholas Gussler, Emily Hallenbeck, Charlyn Haynes, Sam Haygood, Brianna Hernandez, Chance Jarvis, Corey Jennings, Taylor Jerding, Riley Jerding, Jury Kern, Mia Kern, Miranda Lara, McKenna Lease, Carson Leonard, Andrea Lopez, Hayden Maples, Brendan Morrow, Lexi Martin, Liam McGarity, Erica Melendez, Ryan Murphy, Jillian Sauer, Ryan Simone, Morgan Simone, Micah Smith, Kylie Snyder, Kendra Steele, Kendall Streets, Ross Strickland, Ryan Stringfellow, Jonathan Thomas, Wendy Weitzel, Amanda Westra, Grace Whaley, Morgan Witt, and Sydney Young. These students are under the direction of Cheryl Bradford, Jane Bankston, and Nathan Staniland. If you are a parent, family member, teacher, and/or administrator of one of these students, I would please ask you to stand and join me in congratulating Cypress Ranch High School. Congratulations, students. Thank you. Next, from Cypress Springs High School, we recognize Jordan Taylor. Taylor Jordan. It's an even better name. Taylor is under the direction of Tommy Grubbs and Michael Griffith. If you are a parent, family member, teacher, or administrator of Taylor's, I would invite you to stand and ask everyone to join me in congratulating her this evening. Thank you, Taylor. Next, we recognize from Cypress Woods High School, Nick Abels, Avery Albon, Stone Besh, Nisha Basha, Riley Burke, Sarah Castor, Creighton Clendian, Lauren Dardar, Brianna Flanter, Madison Friedhoff, Ava Granger, Samuel Hackett, Rose Hayden, Taylor Hilgar, Austin Heft, George Holbrook, Kyle Homrighausen, Cameron Jerding, Delaney Johnson, Gandar Cawthey, Madison Lane, Kelly Lasso, Shelby Matthews, Ryan McCullough, Maya Moore, Destin Moreno, Emily Morrison, Joshua Nicolay, Madeline Portlatin, Christina Regan, Brett Rose, Amanda Ruiz, Ashley Santiago, Hunter Schwartz, Kira Schwartz, Christian Spears, Tyler Sprague, Matthew Stevens, Sarah Terrio, Ethan Vowell, Allison Wine, and Grace Womack. These students are under the direction of Toby Drake, Holly Knott, and Seth Bales. If you are a parent, family member, teacher, or administrator of one of these students, please stand and join me in congratulating the students of Cypress Woods High School. Thank you, students. And finally, from Langham Creek High School, Zachary Bencall, McKenna Cook, Kylie Gutierrez, Kristen Hernandez, Guerrero Malachi, Danielle Navarro, Natalia Ortiz, Jalen Singleton, and Rebecca Stevens. These students are under the direction of CJ Brock and Katie Cross. If you are a parent, family member, teacher, or administrator of one of these students, I would invite you to stand and please join me in congratulating Langham Creek High School. Please allow me to close by extending my congratulations to all of our nationally recognized students and the campuses they represent. We are incredibly proud of your accomplishments, and thank you for representing the strong fine arts programs we have here in CFISD. Break a leg at nationals. Thank you.
Thank you. P, the board will recognize students, trainers, and coaches from the Cypress Ranch High School and Cypress Falls High School who have achieved state honors in basketball, and a student from Cypress Falls High School who achieved state honors in wrestling. Ray Zepeda.
President Mongoya, Board of Trustees, Dr. Henry, it's my distinct pleasure to be here tonight representing our athletic department to present to you a group of athletes, coaches, and support staff that achieved to the absolute highest levels in UIL competition in boys and girls basketball and wrestling. I truly appreciate the time that you're giving us and affording us to publicly recognize these deserving athletes and their hardworking coaches. I'm going to start tonight with the Cy Falls boys basketball team coached by Richard Flores. Cy Falls had a remarkable season this year, winning the first undefeated district championship in boys basketball in recent memory. They went 13-0 in district play and won 7 straight playoff games, capping a remarkable 35-3 season by defeating Dallas Skyline at the state basketball tournament in the semifinals by a score of 46-43, and by also beating San Antonio Wagner in the finals by a score of 63-57. At this time, I'm going to recognize each individual team member, support personnel, and coach for their outstanding accomplishment. Starting off with Trajan Wesley, Cameron Adams, Andrew Wynn, Anthony Dross, Zach Stevenson, Kendall Scott, Nigel Hawkins, Rayshawn House, Maitland Wanza, Deshang Weaver, and Justin Scopel. And I would point out, if you can see, Justin's got some of the nicest shoes of anyone up here. Shoes that only Mr. Jackson could fully appreciate, I can promise you. Our student trainers are Aaliyah Freeman, Kyle Parton, and they're headed up by our adult trainers of Courtney Marin and Eric Thompson. These two kind of kept us taped together and patched up, ready to go. We also have our coaching staff of Chad Allen, Mick Hoffman, Kevin Suddendorf, Matt Semank, and of course our head coach Richard Flores, who became the second person in his family to win a state championship when Cy Falls won their state championship. Again, guys, I'd like to give a large round of applause to the Cypress Falls Golden Eagles boys basketball team, state champions. As we're taking some pictures, I would also ask that Cy Falls principal Becky Denton, who I think is back in this area of the arena, and any of her administrative team that might be here to stand to be recognized along with our parents. I can tell you that winning a state championship is not something that the group of kids can do on their own, and Miss Denton and her incredible leadership of her team and our parents have come together to really create a great atmosphere and culture that allowed this to happen. Yeah, guys, let's get a little bit tighter in there, closer. We've taken a lot of team pictures. We should know how to do that. Yeah, we got to get the shoes. Get Justin's shoes in there. Hold on, stay in there. We're taking some more pictures, guys. All right, one more round of applause for the Golden Eagles. You know, we had an incredible 7 days there in March with competing for 2 state championships in basketball at the highest classification. And at this point, we're going to transition to our first group, which was the girls basketball team for Cypress Ranch High School, coached by head coach Tressa Hornsby. Cypress Ranch also went a perfect 13-0 in district play and won 5 straight playoff games to qualify for the UIL state basketball tournament. The regional champions convincingly defeated a strong team from Pflugerville in the semifinals 70-53 and advanced to the championship game, where they put up an exceedingly good fight to eventual state champion Duncanville. They finished their season with an incredible 32-7 overall record. At this point, I'm going to introduce each of the team members, trainers, and managers and coaches that are here with us tonight, starting off with Dee Richards, Deasia Collins, Shadiah Thomas, Nia McWhite, Jalay Burkhalter, Ariana Whitfield, Jayla Buster, Becca Watsky, Alyssa Guerrero, Mariah Thomas, Queen Jean, Demetrius Lewis, Evan Thomas, Autumn Rogers, Maddie Denard, Lindsay McClure, and we're going to get to our coaching staff now. Assistant coach Dusty Boucher, and of course, we've already introduced our head coach, Tressa Hornsby. What an incredible accomplishment for the Cypress Ranch Mustangs. Let's give them one big round of applause. I'm going to ask, as we kind of pull together for some pictures, that if Mr. Hull, Cypress Ranch Principal Bob Hull, or any of his administrative team that might be here tonight, if them, along with our parents, would stand up to be recognized, again, like Cypress Falls, when you watch these kids progress through this UIL state basketball playoffs, you realize it truly does take a village to get there. So if any parents or administrators from Cypress Ranch could stand to be recognized, we'll give you a big round of applause as well. Okay, thank you, ladies. And then I would be remiss, we have one special lady still to be recognized tonight, and that is Cy Falls senior Augustina Ijoma. Augustina advanced to the state championship match in the 165-pound weight class here at the Berry Center at the state championships. Augustina capped a very strong and competitive season by advancing through the hard-fought state tournament. And I would also say that we're giving her her trophy for the Most Outstanding Wrestler Award tonight for her performance in the CFISD Invitational, the largest wrestling tournament in the nation. As Augustina is being recognized, I would ask that her principal again, Ms. Denton, and any of her administrative team, and her coaches, James Miller and Nathan Vaught, that I know that are here with us tonight, as well as any of her family members, to stand to be recognized. And I would say this, I know that we've introduced a lot of kids, but as we conclude our portion of the meeting tonight, I want to thank you, Dr. Henry, and the Board of Trustees for your support. It truly would be impossible for us to be here celebrating these accomplishments without what you do for us in our department. Thank you so much.
All right, moving on to item number Q, the board will recognize students who placed in the following state and national art and photo competitions: Visual Arts Scholarship Event, National Scholastic Art Awards, and the Association of Texas Photography Instructors Fall Contest. And Lee Carrier is our presenter.
Good evening. Dr. Migoya, Dr. Henry, and Board of Trustees, I am delighted to present to you this evening these students from 4 of our high schools who have distinguished themselves in 3 separate art and photography competitions. The majority of these honors are for the Visual Arts Scholastic Event, better known as VASE, and is to the art student what UIL is to athletics and music. VASE is a standards-based competition that allows individual students the opportunity to discuss and analyze their artwork during a one-on-one interview with a professional art juror. In addition to a superior rating, 2 of our students received gold seal medals. These works are considered to be the very best representations of the standards and objectives in the VASE program and are exemplary in concept, technique, craftsmanship, and creativity. These 2 winning entries will tour the state for 1 year. The second competition is the National Scholastic Art and Writing Awards Program, which celebrates outstanding work and commitment of young artists and writers from across the United States. Winners receive a first place gold medal or second place silver medal. The third competition is from the Association of Texas Photography Instructors, who support the UT Austin Nationwide Photography Competition. This competition is known as ATPI. Our district returned with one first place winner and one second place winner. Our first winning student is from Cy Creek High School. I ask that you hold your applause until all students from each campus is called. As I call your name, please come forward and remain at the front. From Cypress Creek, we have Fabrizio Galbato. Fabrizio received a State Vase Award for his digital art piece titled Old Car. Thank you. I would like to ask the principal, teacher, and family members of Fabrizio to please stand and be recognized. Thank you, Fabrizio. Our next winning student is from Cy Lakes High School, Dylan Gutierrez. Dylan received two State Vase Awards for her digital art and photography piece. One is titled, Is This Real? And the other is What Used to Be. May I have the principal and teachers of Dylan and family members please stand? Thank you, Dylan. Our next student is from Cypress Springs High School, Chloe Nielsen. Chloe received a State Vase Medal for her photograph titled Trapped. May I ask that Chloe's principal, family members, please stand, and teacher? Thank you, Chloe. The next group of students are from Langham Creek High School. When I call your name, please come forward. Kate Bogdan, Edward Bustos. I want to say that Kate received a State Vase Medal for photography. Her piece was titled Reflection. Edward also received a State Vase Medal for his drawing titled Confident Feminist. We have McKenna Cook, State Vase Medal for her mixed media piece titled Immersion. Ayan Mamadova, State Vase for her painting titled Perception. Alec Martinez, National Scholastic Gold Key winner for her photography titled Existence of a Black Man in White Society. Angel Palacios, State Vase for photography titled Ascension. Gary Payne, State Vase winner. Also, Gary received a gold seal at State Vase for his mixed media piece titled La Couleur de la Mort. Matthew Tran, State Vase for photography titled Limitless. Juan Vu, State Vase for his drawing titled I Am Who I Am. And finally, we have Sarah Walters for State Vase drawing titled Release Me. Can I please have the teachers and administrators and parents of these students to please stand? Thank you. As we congratulate these exceptional artists, we would like to thank their parents, friends, and teachers for providing the support so necessary for their achievements. And we thank you, Dr. Magoya, the board, Dr. Henry, and the administrators for honoring our incredibly talented visual arts students tonight.
Thank you, Ms. Carrier. That brings us to R. The superintendent will make remarks and announcements, including the honors and achievements earned by staff and students in recent weeks. Dr. Henry.
Thank you, Madam President. As superintendent of our district, I had the honor to sign a student-built locker that will be sent to the International Space Station. The locker was created by the Cy Woods Hunch students, Senior Owen Theek, Junior Mason Kubeka, and Senior Trace Burton. Hunch is a project-based learning program which provides students with drawings to reproduce and create hardware. More than 1,000 cadets representing all 11 high schools and 8 junior ROTC units displayed their discipline and uniformity at the 15th annual Cypress-Fairbanks ISD Air Force Junior ROTC Pass and Review, held April 22nd at Cy-Fair FCU Stadium. This is a military tradition designed to show the readiness of troops to a newly assigned commander. More than 3,200 students and parents visited the Berry Center in April for the 2017 Horizons Student Showcase, allowing students in the Gifted and Talented program to present and exhibit a vast array of advanced level products. Horizon students of all ages proudly showcased their many gifts and talents for family members and the CFISD community. The National After School Association empowered the heart of after school the week of April 24th through 28th as After School Professionals Appreciation Week, a joint effort of community partners, after-school programs, and youth and child care workers. After School Professionals Appreciation Week recognizes and appreciates those who work with youth during out-of-school hours. CFISD's Community Program Department employs 550 staff members who serve approximately 6,000 CFISD students before or after school. All CFISD elementary and middle schools offer the Club Rewind after-school program. 8 CFISD elementary and middle schools have been named to the 2016 Texas Honor Roll, presented by Educational Results Partnership and the Institute for Productivity in Education. The 2016 Honor Roll recognizes public elementary, middle, and high schools that demonstrate consistently high levels of student academic achievement, improvement in achievement over time, and reduction in achievement gaps. Our Honor Roll schools are Hamilton, Kirk, Pope, Sampson, Warner, and Yeager Elementary Schools, and Smith and Spillane Middle Schools. The CFISD robotics teams were among the 400 teams from 41 different countries to converge on Houston for the first World Robotics Championships in April at the George R. Brown Convention Center. The event featured nearly 21,000 high school, middle school, and elementary students from countries including Australia, Saudi Arabia, New Zealand, Brazil, and Germany, who competed in this year's contest of First Steamworks. The Max Preps travel team and the Army National Guard presented Cy Falls High School state champion boys basketball team with the National Guard National Ranking Trophy. The Golden Eagles also received a nationally ranked banner, one of only 10 boys varsity programs to be recognized on the 2016-17 Max Preps Tour of Champions. The Cy Springs High School girls track and field team placed third overall, and CFISD brought home 8 medals at the UIL State Track and Field Meet held this past weekend in Austin. The Lady Panthers track team, which placed second in 2014, third in 2015, and second in 2016, scored 44 points to finish behind state champion DeSoto and runner-up Lamar. In the boys' competition, Cy-Fair placed 6th overall and Langham Creek placed 9th. Langham Creek High School Junior Eric Edwards won the state championship in the 110-meter hurdles and also placed third in the 300-meter hurdles. 3 CFISD softball teams won their Region 3 6A by-district playoff series to advance to the area playoffs. Cy Ranch defeated Lamar in a one-game playoff. Cy Fair eliminated Westside, and Cy Lakes High School swept Chavez in a best-of-3 series. Cy Ranch continued to the regional quarterfinals, defeating Bel Air in a one-game playoff to advance to the regional semifinals this weekend. The District 17 6A baseball season concluded in April with 4 teams qualifying for the UIL postseason. Cy Ranch and Cy Woods High Schools tied for a share of the District 17 6A championship. Cy Creek was the third-place team, with Cy Falls finishing 4th. All 4 teams played a best-of-3 by-district playoff series with Cy Ranch and Cy Woods advancing to the Region 3 6A playoffs, where Cy Woods was eliminated and Cy Ranch swept Tompkins to advance to the regional quarterfinals this coming weekend. The Cypress Creek High School girls water polo team defeated St. Agnes 10-6 on May 6th in Louisville to clinch its second consecutive TISCA state championship. It marked the 7th all-time championship for the Cougars, who defeated South Lake Carroll in the 2016 championship. They faced Carroll again in the 2017 semifinal round on May 6th, edging the Dragons 12-11 after trailing by 6 entering the 4th period. Cy Fair High School sophomore Grace Nee and Cy Woods High School junior Gerline Carr tied for first place at the Region 3 6A golf tournament held in April at Eagle Point Golf Club to qualify for the state tournament. Nee and Carr each shot a 2-round score of 138 to earn the top 2 medalist spot to advance to the UIL Golf State Tournament, which started today at Legacy Hills Golf Club in Georgetown. Cy Ranch High School freshman Lucas Barreo shot a 2-round score of 146 to become CFISD's only qualifier for the UIL Golf State Tournament. Barrero finished 4th overall to qualify for state, which will be held May 22nd and 23rd at Legacy Hills Golf Club in Georgetown. Cypress Ranch has been represented at the state level in 3 of the past 4 years. CFISD tennis players won 3 of the bracket draws at the Region 3 6A tournament held in Deer Park in April to qualify for the UIL Tennis State Tournament this Thursday and Friday in College Station. The Anthony Middle School 7th grade girls, the Spillane Middle School 7th grade boys, and the Smith Middle School 8th grade boys and girls track and field teams all clinched their respective district championships at the middle school district meet held in April at Cy Woods and Cy Park High Schools. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Dr. Henry. Do we feel like we need a break? Let's take a 5-minute break, and then we'll reconvene starting with board comments. Thank you. All right, we're ready to get started. If everyone will find their chairs. All right, we're going to begin with our board comments. Any board member may make a comment during this portion of the agenda without prior posting being required. Comment items may not pertain to the character of any student, staff, or board member and may not be discussed or deliberated upon at this time. I'm going to start down at this end. Do we have any comments?
I'd like to congratulate all of our retiring teachers, ancillary staff, custodial care, bus drivers, all of those retiring from Cypress-ISD, and to thank them for their service to our school district and to our students. It was great to see so many people honored at the retiree banquet a couple of weeks ago, or I guess almost a month ago now. And, you know, without their service to our district, we wouldn't have the great success that we do and all the great programs in place. And I'd also, in that vein, like to go ahead and congratulate our graduating seniors coming up next week. I'm really looking forward to graduation and celebrating with them their success. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Blackshear. Dr. Ogletree, any comments?
Well, oh, do you? Well, as we come to a close of this school year, I just want to just thank and applaud all the teachers and all the administrative personnel at each of our schools, and for the hard work. I'm looking forward to all the graduations because they symbolize the work. The goal has been reached in so many students. I'll need prayer from everyone. Tomorrow I'll spend the day at Cook Middle School with 7th graders. So you all pray for me.
Thank you, Dr. Ogletree. Ms. Hartley?
I did want to thank administration and Dr. Henry for the support. We saw how many talented students we have and in so many different areas. And I just want to say thank you for giving them all of those opportunities and you know, another applause for all the kids who have achieved so much. And I wanted to go ahead and say again that we had a long meeting Thursday night with lots of discussion about the topics that we're voting on tonight. So if you have questions and you want to see what was discussed, you can check the website and look for Thursday's meeting. Thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Hartley. Mr. Jackson?
There is much to cheer about this time of year. Teresa, I will start with JROTC by the numbers. 13 years, 52 hours, 5 districts, 14 stops, 3,000 cadets, 1 premier pass and review, 1 mission, create citizens for today and tomorrow. I tip my hat to Carolyn, Judy, Sharon, commissioned officers and non-commissioned officers. I visited some of our specialty programs, such as middle school robotics contest, Ms. Sims, Read 180, NAC Classrooms, the NAC Celebration, PACE, and PACE Plus. Each of these programs demonstrate support for the concept of opportunities for every child. I tip my hat to the PACE Plus collaborators, Sci Hope, Foundry, Jersey Village. On the political front, I made my 3rd trip to Austin to press the board-approved Cy-Fair legislative agenda. Special recognition goes to our House legislative delegation who voted unanimously for the untarnished House Bill 21, but in particular for Representatives Bohawk and Roberts for being co-authors. I also appreciate the written correspondence from Representative Bohawk. High praise came from the office of Jarvis Johnson, as Dr. Johnson said, the business model of education delivery by Cy-Fair School District should in fact be emulated by others. I need both hands to count the number of stops I made in community outreach and district events not already mentioned. I was Pleased to host a table of first responders from the city of Jersey Village at the Chamber Luncheon, and I was proud to attend a dinner where 3 of our officers of the Cypress-Fairbanks Police Department were recognized for excellence. At the Spotlight Teacher Recognition, I remember the vast majority cited relationships and relevance. Thank you, Linda. 3 of the honored teachers are recent cancer survivors, which speaks to the value of the district's corporate culture concept. And on a lighter note, this morning I was interviewed by the Associated Press, both on and off camera. My colleagues, I think you're going to find this amusing, but that the AP intimated that I was a bit verbose. I'm not certain I know what the word means. I think it was a compliment.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. It certainly has been a wonderful year, and as it draws to a close, I look back on all the achievements of our students and our staff, and I am so impressed with what goes on in Cypress ISD. I know it's very hard work on the part of Dr. Henry and his team to keep up this achievement and this status, but you guys are doing an awesome job, and it's really great to see what we've accomplished this year. Thank you so much. Mr. Covey?
I obviously was the only one that got the dress code memorandum. I guess the rest of you didn't get that email on what you're supposed to wear. I apologize to the public. Thank you.
All right, well, with that comment, we will move to citizens' participation. Patrons who have duly registered per policy BED local may address the board regarding matters of concern or interest to the district other than the character of any student, staff, or board member. I would like to remind the audience and the viewers that all the comments of the speakers reflect their own positions or opinions. The board may not discuss or act upon any matter that is not listed under the action item portion of the agenda. Therefore, board members may not discuss the comments of the speakers. Please understand that a lack of response from board members does not indicate agreement or approval or disagreement or disapproval of the comments. Each speaker will be given 3 minutes to address the board. Bob Covey, Secretary of the Board, will be the designated timekeeper. Today, the podium is on this side of the stage where our presenters all talked about the student achievement, so you'll need to go there. There are 3 lights. There's a panel with 3 lights on the podium where you'll be speaking. Green light means you have time. Yellow light means you're coming up on 30 seconds. You only have 30 seconds. And red light means you need to finish in the next sentence or 2. We have 3 participants tonight, 3 speakers. David Wilson is first. Mr. Wilson.
Chair Mongoya, Dr. Henry, and board members, I appreciate the opportunity to speak to you. My name's Dave Wilson. I'm the director of the Cypress, Texas Tea Party, but tonight I'm speaking on my own behalf. I wanted to speak about 2 items. One thing is, and I want to echo what Ms. Hartley said with regards to the meeting on Thursday. A lot of good information. The fact that you all post that on the internet, on your website is very beneficial. And I wanted to speak a little about the 2017-18 proposed budget. And I do understand it's preliminary, and I do understand that you'll be receiving one to vote on at the next meeting. I want to thank you for the no-nonsense presentation that avoided technical terms. And I'm hopeful, of course, that the June budget will be a balanced budget, and I expect that that will be. I'd like the board to consider passing a resolution regarding budgeting that would include a few items. First of all, address the level of the fund balance, or as I like to call it, the reserve, and it should be what should be maintained to prevent any special assessments, yet not leave any unnecessary level of taxpayer funds unaddressed, or unproductive, excuse me. And again, I'm not suggesting what that level should be, but you guys know what you want it to be, and so I just think you should put that in the form of a resolution. As times change, et cetera, you can change your resolution and that as well. I'd like to see the board also address their position regarding tax rate increases. Hopefully it would be that those should be avoided. I'd also like to see the resolution address tax rate exemptions. Hopefully that they would be maintained. I'd also like to speak to the College Academy presentation. And first of all, Dr. Macias, great work on that, and I think that I just want to say that the taxpayers are willing to fund programs that will break the generational cycle of poverty, and I think that's something that this is leading towards. That's a great thing. And I'm glad to hear that there's an emphasis placed on economically disadvantaged students rather than racial or ethnic differences. Also, first-generation college graduates can be transformational. I think that's very important. Being a taxpayer, more cost information would be appreciated. Additional recognition is needed for Sci-Hope scholarships. And however, I'm concerned that there may be limitations as the number of participants increase. So just be realistic, as you usually are, regarding the cost to the taxpayers. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson. Our second speaker is Jennifer Hudson. And are we having a little difficulty with the lights?
Yes, we're fine.
We're fine now? Ms. Hudson?
Hi, good evening. Oh, can you hear me? Okay. Good evening. I come before you this evening to just address a concern that I've been having as a parent. The middle school that my son is attending, he's been there since January, and there have been a few instances where there have been repeated suspensions that have been taking place against him. My concern is that as his first time ever being in a principal's office, he was suspended for horseplay in the hallway, and there's other instances that have taken place where there has just been excessive discipline taking place. I've addressed it with the principal, and I have reviewed the code of conduct as well. But a lot of the things that are happening with him as a sixth grade boy, I feel like the things that he's been suspended for and removed from the classroom were moments that were teachable, and they weren't used as teachable moments. I do feel as though the things that, he has been documented for deserve discipline, but there has been no progression. There has been no, the words I'm looking for, restorative discipline that's taken place. He has been suspended 4 times since he's been at the campus since January. And prior to that, he was at a different campus, and he never, was written up or anything or suspended for anything for the same reasons. So I asked the board to just look into the discipline policies that are taking place at his middle school, Truett Middle School, because it seems as if the only thing they're doing is removing the children from the classroom as opposed to using the actions of the students as teachable moments. And he's been at home, and as a result of the suspensions and the DMC, his grades have dropped significantly, and getting him motivated to be back at school has been a struggle. As a result, I'm considering removing him from the district because it seems as if nothing has been done to address it. So I come before the board to just ask for that to be looked into at that campus. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Hudson. Our third and final speaker is Julie Heineman from the CLC.
Good evening. My name is Julie Heineman. I'm with the CLC, the Community Leadership Committee. I want to give the board an update on our activities. Since the last board meeting, we have made 3 additional trips to Austin to meet with our state elected officials to advocate on behalf of the Cypress-Fairbanks community. As a volunteer organization of business leaders, parents, clergy, and retired folks, we feel as a group that the health and strength of our local school district is critical to our communities. So we feel strongly that our voice in Austin can have an impact, and we encourage others in our community to also share their voices. Specifically, we are focusing on legislation that has an impact on school finance, the school funding system, accountability and assessment for both students and the school district as a whole and individual schools, as well as the use of public funds and the accountability and transparency issues surrounding the use of of public funds, both within public schools and perhaps even outside of the public school district. So we encourage the community to follow along with our legislative priorities, both on Facebook and on Twitter and on the CFISD website. Most folks don't realize that our state legislatures only meet every other year and only for 140 days. We only have a few days left in this legislative session, so we encourage everyone to be informed and to make your voices heard. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Julie. That concludes our citizen participation. Moving on to our reports section, during the Committee of the Whole meeting on May 11, 2017, the following reports were received. 4A, the administration presented an oral report on the preliminary budget for the 2017-18 school year, and the administration provided a report on the Cypress-Fairbanks ISD demographic update completed by the population and survey analyst. And both of those were very detailed and very lengthy, about 30 minutes each. So I encourage you to look at the, as Ms. Hartley mentioned, look at the website for a review of those if you're interested in those particular topics. Moving on to action items. During the course of the Committee of the Whole meeting, it was the consensus of the board that the following action items be approved as submitted or amended. 5A, the board will consider approving the tax refunds of $500 or greater for Cypress-Fairbanks ISD. And B, the board will consider approving the minutes of the April 10th, 2017 regular meeting. On Thursday, the following non-consensus items were placed on the consensus agenda. Item number 6A, the board will consider awarding bids and contracts and/or authorizing purchase orders as recommended in the posted agenda item 1, fertilizer and pesticides, 2, landscape maintenance services, 3, portable classroom buildings construction, 4, transportation department vehicle wrecker. And also, item number C, the board will consider approving the budget amendments for the period of January 1st, 2017 through March 31st, 2017. And D, the board will consider approving on first reading additions, revisions, or deletions to district policies. 1, DEE local compensation and benefits, expense reimbursements, a revision. 2, EHBC local special programs, compensatory accelerated services, revision. 3, FEA local attendance, compulsory attendance, a revision. 4, FJ local student fundraising, a revision. 5, GE local relations with parent organizations, revision. And 6, GKD local community relations, non-school use of school facilities, revision. Also, item number G, the board will consider approving on dual reading additions, revisions, or deletions to district policies. 1, DNA local performance appraisal, evaluation of teachers, revision. I, the board will consider approving the advanced courses for the 2017-18 school year. J, the board will consider approving an update on the district's hazardous traffic conditions resolution as required by TEA to receive supplemental transportation funding. And K, the board will consider approving the right-of-way dedication to Harris County for a turn lane located at the intersection of Tuckerton Road and Huffmeister Road, and for a signal light at the intersection of Tuckerton Road and Point Park Drive adjacent to Cy Falls High School. Does any board member object to having any of those items in the consensus? If hearing no objections, I will consider a motion. Ms. Blackshear?
I make a motion that we accept the items, approve the items on the consent agenda as recommended.
May I have a second? Second. Mr. Ryan seconds. Is there any further discussion? All those that approve signify by raising your right hand. It is unanimous. All right. Then we can move on to the non-consensus items. The board will consider the adoption of an order authorizing the conversion of the Cypress-Fairbanks Independent School District variable rate unlimited tax school building bonds, Series 214B2, and variable rate unlimited tax school building bonds, Series 214B3, to new rate periods, authorizing the preparation of a remarketing memorandum and enacting other provisions related thereto. May I have a motion?
Board adopt an order authorizing the conversion of the Cypress-Fairbanks Independent School District variable rate unlimited tax school building bonds, Series 2014B-2, and variable rate unlimited tax school building bonds, Series 2014B-3, to new rate periods, authorizing the preparation of a remarketing memorandum and enacting other provisions relating thereto.
Thank you, Mr. Jackson. May I have a second? Second. Ms. Hartley seconds. Any further discussion on that item, ladies and gentlemen? Seeing none, those that approve, please raise your right hand. It is unanimous. Moving on to E, the board will consider participating in the board's self-assessment pilot developed by the Washington State School Directors Association. May I have a motion?
Madam President, I move that the board participate in the board self-assessment pilot developed by the Washington State School Directors Association.
Thank you, Mr. Covey. May I have a second? Second. Mr. Ryan seconds. Any further discussion on that item? Seeing none, those that are approved, please signify by raising your right hand. It is unanimous. F, the board will consider approving the locally developed Cypress-Fairbanks ISD teacher evaluation and support system as the district's evaluation system beginning with the 2017 school year. May I have a motion?
Madam President, I move that the board approve the locally developed Cypress-Fairbanks ISD teacher evaluation and support system, known as CF-TESS, as the district's evaluation system beginning with the 2017-2018 school year.
Second. Thank you, Dr. Ogletree, and thank you, Mr. Jackson, for a second. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, please signify your approval by raising your right hand. It is again unanimous. Thank you. All right, item number L, I think I'm going to put back at the end of our agenda tonight. So I just want to mention that we had a discussion on Thursday during the Committee of the Whole meeting about our items 6H and 7A. 6H, the administration will provide the board with information on a pilot initiative in partnership with Lone Star College Cy-Fair, the College Academy, which will provide 2017-2018 freshman students at Cypress Lakes High School with an opportunity to graduate with a high school diploma and an Associates of Science degree. And that was a very excellent discussion and very exciting program, and I encourage you again to look at our video from Thursday night about that. On 7A, the board will consider the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property, and we did have a discussion on that. I would move then to addendum item 9A. The board will consider authorizing the superintendent or designee to finalize and execute a purchase and sales agreement for an approximate 13-acre tract of land west of Cy-Fair High School and negotiate and execute any necessary closing documents, contracts, easements, utility service, and development agreements required for the purchase. May I have a motion on that item?
Madam President, I move that the board authorize the superintendent or designee to finalize and execute a purchase and sale agreement for an approximate 13-acre tract of land west of Cy-Fair High School and negotiate and execute any necessary contracts, closing documents, easements, utility service and development agreements, etc., required for the purchase and development.
Thank you, Mr. Moran. May I have a second?
I second.
Ms. Blacksher, thank you for your second. Is there any further discussion on that item? Seeing none, then I would say all those that approve, please raise your right hand. And that is once again, unanimous. Bringing me to addendum item 9B, the board will authorize the superintendent or designee to negotiate and execute a shared use agreement between CFISD and the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints for parking facilities and a shared drive for Wells Elementary School. May I have a motion for that item?
Madam President, I move that the board authorize the superintendent or designee to negotiate and execute a shared use agreement with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints for parking facilities and a shared drive for Wells Elementary School, number 55, and to execute any and all necessary documents related to the same.
Thank you, Dr. Ogletree. May I have a second for that item?
Second.
Second, Mr. Covey. Appreciate it. Any further discussion on this item, ladies and gentlemen? Seeing none, then I call for a vote. If you approve, please raise your right hand. All right, that's unanimous again. I'd like at this time to get the superintendent's briefing, Dr. Henry.
Thank you, Madam President. The 8th Annual CFISD Student Technology Festival was held at the Berry Center on April 27th and drew approximately 3,700 visitors. The district-wide celebration of student technology projects featured approximately 1,000 students in grades pre-K through 12, showcasing the use of technology in the classroom. Students demonstrated devices and software as tools to solve problems, simulated collaboration in and outside of classroom walls, and modeled products that they created using technology. In preparing healthy food, adhering to strict nutrition standards, navigating student food allergies, and offering service with a smile, CFISD nutrition professionals have a lot on their plates. To celebrate their hard work and commitment, district schools celebrated School Lunch Hero Day on May 5th. On May 8th, the district recognized our Spotlight teachers, one selected from each campus during the 2016-17 school year at the Berry Center. The paraprofessional and ancillary Spotlight employee winners were also recognized for their contributions to the district. This event was taped and can be viewed on our website. On May 10th, we celebrated National School Nurse Day, a day we designate to celebrate school nurses, the boots on the ground in our schools working to improve the health and learning of students. School nurses are heroes to the more than 50 million children in our nation's schools. They are often the first place a student thinks to go when they don't feel well or have been hurt. School nurses provide a wealth of information that supports a successful education as well. This year, the Cy-Fair Educational Foundation held the 29th Annual B.F. Adam Golf Classic at Black Horse Golf Club on May 11th and raised approximately $135,000 for money that will benefit scholarships for deserving CFISD graduates. In 1962, President John F. Kennedy signed a proclamation which designated May 15th as Peace Officer Memorial Day, and the week in which that date falls as Police Week. Currently, tens of thousands of law enforcement officers from around the world converge on Washington, D.C. to participate in a number of planned events which honor those that have paid the ultimate sacrifice. District facilities will be closed on Monday, May 29th in observance of the Memorial Day holiday as we pause to remember those who have given their lives for our freedom. All CFISD graduation ceremonies will be held at the Berry Center May 25th, 26th, and 27th. We are very proud of our more than 8,300 graduating seniors and certainly wish them the best as they pursue their college and career aspirations. The last day of classes for the 2016-17 academic year is Thursday, May 25th. Friday, May 26th is a professional day for district employees. I would like to wish our students, teachers, administrators, support personnel, and community volunteers a well-deserved, restful, and safe summer vacation. Just to go back one on those graduation dates, I would remind the public that Barker Cypress and the areas around the Berry Center will be very busy as we host over 60,000 people in the Berry Center over that 3 days, so you may want to take an alternate route those 3 days. CFISD has scheduled its annual athletic physical examinations for the 2017-18 school year at every district high school for incoming high school students as well as 6th and 7th grade middle school students. Physical forms must be completed in advance and turned in along with payment at the respective high schools. Updated physical forms along with other pertinent athletic information is available on the athletic page of the district website. The first secondary summer school session for original credit will be June 5th through June 22nd, and the second session will run June 26th through July 17th. The English and science courses will be held at Cy Creek High School, and math and social studies will be held at Langham Creek High School. Middle school locations are Campbell and Smith Middle Schools. Information on elementary general and special education, bilingual, and ESL makeup credit, summer camps, and other summer programs can be accessed on www.cfisd.net through the calendar or through the Curriculum and Instruction tab under Departments. Summer school graduation is scheduled for Thursday, August 3rd at 7 p.m. at the Berry Center. From June 9th through July 28th, all district facilities and campuses will be closed on Fridays. Employees will work 10-hour days Monday through Thursday. Closing the buildings will accomplish a cost savings and allow for a 3-day weekend over a period of 8 weeks. I think this allows us to maximize productivity while giving the staff some flexibility during their summer. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Dr. Henry. We have one agenda item left. L, the board will consider and take action on the independent hearing examiner's recommendation in TEA docket 061-LH-02-217 regarding the proposed discharge of Kevin Whitfield. We will go into closed session for that hearing, and then we will come out of closed session and have a vote. But at this point, the rest of our business is completed. May I have a motion for closed session?
Madam President, I move that we adjourn to closed session.
Thank you, Mr. Ryan.
I second.
Ms. Blackshear, thank you for your second. Well, all those agree, please signify by raising your right hand. It is unanimous. The board will now adjourn to closed session under Texas Government Code Open Meetings Acts for the purpose stated in the posting of this meeting. If the board determines that any final action, final vote, or decision on any matter considered in the closed session is required, such final vote, action, or decision shall be taken upon the reconvening of this meeting in open session or at a subsequent meeting of the board in open session after the proper notice has been posted. And as I mentioned, we will be coming out to take a vote after the hearing. Thank you very much.